salutations, Dobo Nation, Johnny Allen Supercar Kid here, and today I just walked into a broom. But today, I'm gonna give you guys a little update as to what's going on, what's happening, what I'm doing today. By the title of this video, you can see what it's about. I'm putting this NVIDIA 370Z exhaust on my 350. Now, why did I get an NVIDIA 370Z exhaust? Well, simply put, it was cheap, and it was close by, well, sort of close by. The only other NVIDIA Gemini I'd seen for a 350 was $500, and it was close by, but it was $500, and I couldn't afford that, and I needed something around $300. So like I had like a whole idea for the exhaust like project, like what I wanted to do, but I wasn't like sure exactly what I wanted to do. So like I wanted to get like a custom thing done at first. Then I was like, I don't know, but like I budgeted that to be like 400, like max, probably even more than that. Now that was just having the shop basically make a new axle back for my current exhaust, the eBay exhaust, the exhaust that you guys saw in that video a long time ago. That's my most viewed video, but which, by the way, I'm gonna film a reaction video to that at some point because I haven't watched that video in a long time. So yeah, that's my update for the exhaust. So I got an exhaust where we're gonna see how it fits or how much it doesn't fit when I mock it up on the car. Also, these tips are removable with just one bolt. I'm gonna remove these tips and put on my own tips. Hopefully they fit on here. That's a $887 exhaust. I picked that up for $300. Along with that, I also got a carbon fiber APR front splitter. So this was made for a Subaru, I believe. So it definitely is not exactly wide enough. I'll input some pictures of what it looked like mocked up on the bumper. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna integrate this. It's not here, but I have a front under tray that doesn't go all the way up to the front bumper. So I'm gonna integrate this with the under tray and make those kind of work together to have a whole like under shielding under the front of my car. There's already like some holes and stuff in here and stuff. So I'm gonna try to like use some of them, or I'm gonna try to reuse these same holes for the splitter rods because they're all cracked up and just nashed up because someone didn't decide to use freaking washers for some reason. It's pretty quiet. I know camera's not going to do it justice, and they're probably going to sound the exact same on camera, but I'll tell you guys, just trust me, I guess. That's still pretty quiet, like that didn't even hurt my ears in the slightest way. Yeah, it's so quiet. That's so quiet. Alright, back home again. So, it sounds pretty good. I love the tone of it, but I know that the NVIDIA has such a better tone, so I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to jack this up first, I guess, and we'll see how badly this isn't going to fit. This is not going to fit. There's no way this fits. Like exactly, it's like impossible, but I have an idea as to how we can adapt it. We're going to basically connect two sections together. Hopefully everything works. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on checking this out. Alright, so the car's jacked up. I got the new exhaust down there. As a reference, before I do anything, before I take anything off, I'm gonna measure from here to here, and then measure from there to there. And we're just gonna see exactly how far off those are. If I need to get new exhaust hangers, which might be where this video ends today. Oh, it's hot still, oh shit. So that might be where this video ends today, with these exhaust hangers, because if these don't match up at all, like whatsoever, then I can get exhaust hangers with more like holes in them that'll accommodate these. So we can absolutely get this part mounted in. It just might not be today, but we'll see. So now comes the part where I gotta take this exhaust off, and we're gonna see how this one goes on. I'm also a little worried about some of the stuff in here, like the diff and the sway bar, because this is all like different. The NVIDIA is supposed to go under the sway bar, on the 370, so it should go under the sway bar on this car too, but I'm not entirely sure. Also, the spacing from here to here will be different from this one, so I'll measure from top of the tip to the hanger, and I'll see how different that is here. I think we'll have a smaller distance here to here than we will here to there, but we're gonna find out. I've got the exhaust off. Now I have the new exhaust on a table here. I got my jack. I'm gonna try to jack it up, kind of like a tranny jack, which I don't have. And I measured the distance between those two sides, and they're like the same. They're like literally like the same. So we're gonna see how the hell this fits. This should be really, really close, if not exact. Okay, both are actually in the hangers. They're way over to the side. So this is definitely a wider exhaust. You can see this is like way over here, that's way over there. That might work for something that I want to do. We're gonna see if I do it. I'm gonna take the table out from underneath and let it just dangle, and then give it some support from the back so you can see how this looks. Alright. I probably can't go any more angle than that right there. It's already getting close to this. Before the exhaust went towards the middle through this crevice, now it's going over here towards the subframe. But if it goes under that, it should be okay. I think I am actually dipped forward now. You can see this distance from the top of this to the thing was a little bit shorter on the 370Z exhaust. I'm trying to think, I might go test out tips real soon. I know that my tips aren't gonna fit my double-sided tips because of how this is. What I was thinking about doing was cutting into this area and getting the tips to fit over there. I didn't like how they float though, so I might just leave it with these tips. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, if I don't use the tips I have, then I'll probably just put it on the S4. All right, so I put the I got one exhaust tip off and put one of my dual tips on, and ooh, oh gosh, that's quite the squeeze. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, definitely not. So there's actually a good bit of travel that this like went in there. I'm probably gonna install this with stock tips and then worry about changing the tips later. But I do want these quad tips on here because they fat and they look good, but just not when they're sticking out, you know, freaking 4 inches from the body. So I'm not gonna worry about the tips until after this is already in. But it looks like I can make them work since they fit right over this, just snug. And yeah, that's gonna be a future thing, but not a right now thing. But it looks like I'm running stock tips. And then yeah, so now comes the part where I'm gonna lay out the rest of the exhaust underneath the car and see where we end up. Alright guys, so overall I think this exhaust is supposed to be a little bit shorter. That was my prediction, because that would be just a bit too short. So here's the plan. So this bolts up. The axle back section all can bolt up over here. So I'm gonna bolt this to that, and that'll go towards the midsection. I'm gonna bolt the Y pipe section up like with the cats and everything, and bolt the X pipe on that. Here, I'll show it to you guys. So that's the Y pipe section. I'm gonna bolt that up and then bolt the X pipe section right there onto the Y pipe. And then the disparity between the rear section and the front section, we're gonna try to make up. I have a little bit of piping, so we should have a gap right here in this area. And whatever that gap is, we should be able to fill it without too much trouble. I think what I can do now, I can take off the rest of the exhaust up to the cats. It's gonna be really loud at that point. So I'm gonna take off the rest of the exhaust, try to mock it up, see what it looks like, and then yeah, I'll just see you guys when all that's done, because it's all boring exhaust stuff. So I'll just show you guys the highlight. So that piece is out. Let me show you guys progress so far. So I got one of the back mid pipes in. I got this one in. This one fits up just fine. It clears everything just fine. But this guy is another story. So, oh, I just smacked my face in the muffler. So the problem is the sway bar right here. Sway bar is way in the way. Okay. Now I have a couple options. There's a sway bar I found on eBay for $100. That I haven't checked it yet, but it might make that clear. Just needs a little bit of clearance here. So that's one option. I'm probably gonna see if I can bolt it up without this pipe here for now, because option 2 is to go to an exhaust shop, basically say to them, hey, can you like bend this around for me? Can you like get this to just work around this? And see if they can do it. Of course, that option does have some cost to it, but it might be less than the cost of getting a rear anti-roll bar. But I needed a rear anti-roll bar. I've been wanting one of those so my back end doesn't squat so much. It gets a little bit stiffer in the back so it doesn't scrape on the fenders. Not sure what I'm gonna do just yet. This is like kind of working out, but then at the same time not working out at all. It's weird. Slide her on the cord. Rest it down easy. Pull her on out. I'm not gonna do this very long. I'm gonna start the car real quick just to hear what it sounds like with basically no exhaust, so just cats. Jesus Christ, that's loud. Oh my God. Alright guys, I just had a little break. Now I'm back. Real quick, take a look at how the tips fit on this. So 370Z exhaust on a 350Z, the tips are like right up in there, like right up in that, in this like crevice here. The light kind of shines a weird shadow. Hold on. Now you can see it a little bit better. It's like right up in there. What I'm moving on to next is I got the midsection here, so I just bolted everything together. I don't have gaskets. I have some of the old gaskets, but I figure, you know what, I should probably just buy all new gaskets. So I put on one side, then the X pipe, and as we go back, we see we have a gap. I anticipated this. This was what I was talking about. Oh god, oh sorry, I can't, like, space is so tight, I can't turn that like hello, there you are. So the 370Z has an wheelbase that's like, I don't know how much shorter it is exactly, like 6 inches or so. And that's about 6 inches or so. So that's kind of what I expected. But not to fear, I have from my old eBay exhaust when I received it, these extender pipes for if you had a convertible you needed these. I'm not really sure why, but I got these and I still have them. Well, I have this one anyway. I have another one. I don't know where it is exactly, but I'm gonna find it. I gotta find it. I need to find it. So it's pretty simple. It's not too complicated. I mean, essentially, you see the area on this side and the side over there that is too big. We chop basically that area out of the middle, plus maybe a little bit. So that's right now. I'm debating if I should leave this in and wait until more parts come in, because I'm ordering gaskets, and also I'm ordering one more thing that I'll tell you guys about in a second. Or if I should take this out and just get started on polishing it. I should probably do that. But then again, I don't know when it's gonna actually fit exactly right. But I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, let me tell you guys about how we're gonna fix the problem with the one pipe that doesn't fit. We're gonna make that fit. So I forget if I mentioned this earlier. I don't know if I mentioned the 370Z rear sway bar. I did a little bit of research, and the 370Z rear sway bar pretty much bolts up to the 350Z. Basically, it's the same width from there to over there. That's the important part. Then the extra important part is that the 370Z rear sway bar has a W shape. So it has two hoops. So there's one that goes here through the 370Z exhaust. I'll insert a photo of what it looks like so you guys can know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's gonna send right through there, and that will fix our problem. I have already ordered, I actually ordered a G37, I think, or G35. rear sway bar, but it does the same thing. It's the exact same thing, so it'll serve our purposes just fine. And that was like $65. I really hope it works, but yeah. So then after that, once I get that to hook up over there, and then I get those adapter pieces, I do see. I think it'll all bolt up once I make the adapter pieces. I think, but there's no way to really be sure. I might have to use like a piece of like a flexible piping, like the kind of like what we use on the Datsun a little bit, but that shit rusts up. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. But so far, honestly, so good. So good.